As usual, Itsuki was taking the train in the morning to get to school. The train was busier than usual when she suddenly felt someone uncloaking her from behind. She tried to act natural, but he kept pushing her buttons. Was it just a random creep blowing off steam? Or had she already guessed the unsettling truth, that it was her own class teacher? We will answer all that in today's episode of Cultured Anime Recap.
だけどそのまま直行でさ、聞いた私がバカだった。彼氏作ればいいのに、見た目アイドル並みだしすぐでしょ。いいよ人肌。そうですか。先生おはよう。おはようございます先生。
ああ、おはよ
う。なんか人気？相談とか最後まで親身だし、ギャップにやられる子割と多めかも。あんなヘタレが信じらんない。いつき前から厳しいもんね、先生に。
であるので、ここは試験に出るから覚えておいてください。
いつき、できたからあきくんに届けてちょうだい。うん。
はーい。
邪魔。
合鍵渡してるだろ。
忘れた。ご飯持ってきた。
So basically, Itsuki lives in the same apartment complex as her teacher Aki-kun. As he lives there alone, Itsuki usually does house chores for him. During one of those nights, Aki-kun uncloaked and wrestled with her, and from that day onwards they were a pair. As Itsuki was doing the activities, Aki-kun came from behind hugging her and asked her to thank her mother for the food. Before Itsuki could reply, Aki-kun camel-clutched her, you-know-what. She asked him to stop wrestling her while she is washing the dishes, but he kept on going. He then did a takedown from front, which exposed her big and round weak spot. With the weak spot in his hands, he kept acting on them with faster and faster pace. By now, Itsuki gets tired but excited and asks him to take the fight with her elsewhere. He then proceeded to pick Itsuki up and WWE slam her into the kitchen table. Before she could regain her composure and block the incoming damage from him, he knelt down and started eating from her victory cup through the fabric. Itsuki then asked him to slow down, but he uncloaked her another big and round weak spot and started acting on them both, while continuously eating from the victory cup. Itsuki couldn't hold her culture anymore and let out a thunderous scream and emptied the contents of her victory cup into his face. She then jumped from the table for a surprise counterattack. Aki-kun was caught off by this, as Itsuki took out his big trophy and started eating it like a popsicle. While she ate his trophy, she had her hands on her victory cup, polishing it. Aki-kun then asked her if she had known that it was him that uncloaked and jabbed her little that morning. Itsuki then replied, of course, she knew it was him. She had to sit down and catch her breath after such an intense match. But she was fixated on win over Aki-kun, so she pinned him down and Death dropped herself onto his trophy. She gripped on his shoulder and started doing sit-ups on him while letting out cultured screams. She then started cussing at him as he only saw her as an opponent to have cultured fight and forgets her love sometimes. She then hugged him tight and sped up their couple sit-ups. He said to her that he saw her polishing her victory cup in class after their encounter in the train, and she is just as cultured as him. With that, he takes her down and speeds up the workout. She begs him to empty the contents of his trophy into her victory cup, but he just shoots it onto her. This made her very angry as she has to clean her uniform now before going to school tomorrow. The next day, while lying in bed, Itsuki remembered that night when Aki-kun had the first WWE fight with her. Her mom had to leave town for a while, so she asked Itsuki to stay at Aki-kun's place until she got back. Itsuki was annoyed by this, saying she was literally an adult and was being babysat by her teacher, but her mother insisted she stay there to ensure her safety. Aki-kun was very warm and welcoming, so she shed her brattiness and grew closer to him. One thing led to another, and on one fateful night he did a takedown on her, and since then she always thought of him as her boyfriend and planned to marry him when she finished college. But thinking about all this made her very culturally excited as she violently polished her victory cup and emptied its contents on the bedsheet. After school, she visits Aki-kun's place again, probably for another WWE fight. She opens the door with a spare key to surprise Aki-kun but finds him sleeping on the sofa. Taking advantage of the situation, Itsuki lies on the sofa with her legs stretched over his lap. After a while, he opens his eyes, sees Itsuki, and asks if she has done all the chores. She is pissed at him, thinking he only wants to use her for his benefits, but she lowers her feet onto his trophy and starts gently pushing it through the fabric. Aki-kun laughs and returns the favor by slowly polishing her victory cup. She tries to act nonchalant by scrolling through reels or something, but as he pushes off the fabric and starts polishing the interior of the victory cups with his bare hands, she can't contain her cultured screams. He then asks her to reveal her big and round weak spot, and she immediately lets both of her weak points out. After a while, Aki-kun asks her to come here and teaches her the reversed sit-up move while she is on his trophy. He fixes his hands onto her two big and round weak spots and asks her to do a complete round with him. She obediently does it first at a slow pace, then speeds up slightly. She has a gentle chokehold on his head as she tries to complete the round with him, finishing first. But she isn't as experienced as him and finishes the round prematurely. He then stopped holding back and went full macho man on her. She asked for a timeout, but he wasn't hearing any of that crap. He said that he was kind of punishing her too because she was hella distracting in his class. She asked him to at least change his attacking pose as it was very uncomfortable while he shot the contents of his trophy onto her uniform again. She was very pissed and asked him why he wouldn't empty into her victory cup, to which he replied he didn't want to take risks. She then had enough and said if he was going to marry her, he should have to take that said risk. "Marry you?" Aki-kun asked. "I won't do that. You are my student and I can't do that," he explained. And I forgot to mention I have a girlfriend." Itsuki was absolutely heartbroken hearing all this and said, "So all these WWE fights were just transactional and you were literally using me to do your chores." Aki-kun remained silent. "I can't believe you right now," she said. "And who is your stupid effing girlfriend anyway?"